He had 2 cavities that needed filling. He put up a fight, but I took care of it.
And?
Your son's upper front teeth were separated by a small tissue, a diastema. It's made him sit about 1/8 of an inch apart. The boy in that room has no such gap.
Can that change with age? Because that's what they're going to say.
In some cases, yes, it's possible, but the tissue between Walter's teeth prevents that from happening. See, they can never come together without an operation to sever the tissue, and I can tell you right now that he has never had such an operation.
Would you be willing to put that officially in writing?
Pardon my language, but hell yes. Sounds like the anesthetic's wearing off. On the other hand, maybe I'll write that letter first. Give the little fella something to think about.
Well, if it is, he's changed enormously. Do you know who I am?
You're a teacher.
Yes, but even teachers have names. What's mine?
I don't remember. I know you, but I don't remember your name.
Mrs. Fox. Now take your seat. I didn't say take a seat, I said take your seat, the one assigned you. You must know where it is. You've been sitting in it for over a year now. Mrs. Collins, if that's your son, I'll eat my yardstick. Not only will I put it in writing, I will testify to it in a court of law or to the President Calvin Coolidge himself if I have to.
Thank you.
I will see you tonight for the broadcast. Good luck.
Mrs. Collins, what's the question? Mrs. Collins.
Hello, my name is Christine Collins. Good morning.
Morning.
On March 10th, my 9-year-old son, Walter Collins, disappeared. And a 5-month investigation led to a boy being brought to Los Angeles from DeKalb, Illinois. They told me and all of you that this boy was my son. He was not my son. The LAPD made a mistake, and that is the reason for the supposed transformation. I have letters from his teachers and his doctors all confirming that he is not my son. I'm having them reprinted now, and I'll have them for you tomorrow. I have given the LAPD every opportunity to admit their mistake and renew the search for my son. Since they have refused to do so, it has forced me to bring my case public, and I hope that this now will persuade them to finish what they started and bring my son home to me. Thank you very much.
The boy, Walter Collins, was reported as missing March 10th, 1928. We then instituted a nationwide search. On August 18th, we received a cable indicating that a boy matching his description was found in DeKalb, Illinois. Upon questioning, he admitted to being Walter Collins. We then made arrangements for him to be transported back to California.
Where Mrs. Collins told you the boy was not her son.
Yes, she denied his identity in spite of all the evidence pointing to the contrary.
But as subsequent events have demonstrated, she was correct. So, what prompted you to send her for psychological evaluation?
Whether or not this was in fact the correct boy was not relevant to my decision. Throughout this period, she acted strangely. She was often cool and aloof and unemotional, especially when confronted with the boy we found in DeKalb and in our subsequent conversation. It was because of her disturbing behavior that I submitted her for observation to the psychopathic ward of Los Angeles County General Hospital.
Just like that. You snap your fingers and an innocent woman is thrown into the psycho ward.
She wasn't thrown.
Every family in this state is in grave danger. When a police captain can take a woman into his office and 5 minutes later have her thrown into the psychopathic ward on his own authority.
She wasn't thrown. She wasn't thrown. She wasn't thrown.
What was that, Captain?
She wasn't thrown. She was escorted.
Escorted, thrown. The verb doesn't matter, Captain. What does matter is that her incarceration was ordered without a warrant. I am holding a carbon copy of the affidavit of insanity that was issued in the case of the state of California versus Christine Collins. Who signed the affidavit?
I did.
Well, now, let me see if I have this correct. A woman was thrown into the psychopathic ward without a warrant because no warrant existed. And when it was finally written several days later, there was no need to sign it or to go to a judge because she was already in the asylum. Is this correct, Captain?
Technically, yes. Extraordinary steps were necessary because we were dealing with an extraordinary situation. Now, is it our fault that we were being deceived by a boy who claimed to be Walter Collins? No. In light of his claims and her disturbing behavior, who wouldn't begin to think that there was something the matter with her?
Because she questioned you.
No, because she wouldn't listen. Because she insisted on being obstinate. Because she tried to take matters into her own hand, best left to qualified officers. Because once civil
Because she was
disobedience
fighting
starts-
for the life of her son. A boy who may have still been alive while you were wasting valuable time denying you had done anything wrong. And in the end, that's what happened, isn't it? At some point, while all this was going on, Walter Collins was brutally murdered, along with as many as 19 other boys, at the Northcott Ranch in Wineville. Is that correct, Captain?
Yes, it is.